no fight that don't make sense. Like, I'm really not a 40-pounder. Like, on some...
Really?
No, I'm not a 40-pounder. I'm barely even a 35.
You don't think you'll end your career at least at 147 or something?
I used to think that, but nah.
Nah.
I don't think so. I mean, I will go there for the right fights. Like, I just watched Conor Benn. I like Conor Benn, too.
Yeah.
No disrespect.
He tough.
But I will fight him at, like, 154.
What?
I told you for the right fight. I swear I will fight him.
Conor tough, man. He throws hard punches.
Like I said, for the right fights, I'll move up.
Is it hard to get up to that kind of weight?
I mean, you have to, like, I guess, train a little harder as far as weight-wise and put on a little bit more weight, but I think skills pay the bills. Like, I feel like with my skills, I can fight a lot of guys at the higher weight class.
Will that slow you down defensively, though?
Nah, my defense is always there. Like I said, I spar with Bud on the regular. Like, I spar with big guys regularly, so.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, and I'm back at y'all with another one. So, you just heard Shakur Stevenson, Olympic silver medalist, 3-division world champion, former unified super featherweight, and reigning WBC 135-pound lightweight world champion, superstar boxer, Shakur Stevenson, who called out the son of a legend, British superstar, welterweight, junior middleweight title contender, Conor Benn. So, Shakur Stevenson is 23 wins, no loss, no draw, 11 wins by way of knockout. Fights at 135 pounds. As you heard him reiterate that he's not even a natural 135-pounder, not a 40-pounder, but he will only go up for those weight classes for the right fights. Now, Conor Benn fights at 147, 154 in his last fight with his family rival, the son of his father's biggest rival, Chris Eubanks Sr., his son, Chris Eubanks Jr. He just fought at 160. Conor Benn's father is Nigel Benn, Hall of Famer. Conor Benn is 23 wins, 1 loss, no draw, 14 wins by way of knockout, 5'8" with a 70-inch arm reach. He lost unanimous decision to Chris Eubanks because size, right? It was the size. The size difference in the fight was the absolute difference. But Conor Benn got wind of this interview that Shakur said, and Shakur Stevenson did, and Conor Benn happily accepted. And he stated, don't do a bunch of talking, right? He says, no talking allowed. Let's fight. If we gonna fight, let's fight, right? So he's saying, let's make it happen, since you saying that you'll come to 154 pounds. If you're gonna come to 154 pounds, let's make it happen, right? So he says, after your fight with William Zepeda, let's make it happen. So Conor Benn is calling his bluff. Same way he called Gervonta Tank Davis bluff when Gervonta Tank Davis called Conor Benn out. And Conor Benn said, okay, let's make it happen. He turns down nothing but his collar, Conor Benn. Nothing, right? And when you see him dressed, he don't even turn down his collar, okay? So he said, listen, if Shakur Stevenson want to fight, don't do a bunch of talking. Let's do a bunch of fighting. After your fight with William Zepeda, let's fight. Now, here's the issue that I have, right? Is that Shakur Stevenson is saying that he'll go up to 154 and fight Conor Benn, so on and so forth. And he's not a natural big guy. Once he gains that weight, okay, to come back down in weight after that, because he's not going to campaign at 154, as he said, for the right fight, right? The difference between Shakur Stevenson and Terrence Crawford, because I know people are going to say, well, Terrence Crawford's doing it. Terrence Crawford is 38 years of age. Terrence Crawford fights at 154, and Terrence Crawford is on his way to retiring, okay? He already explained that he plans to retire, okay? So that's the difference. Terrence Crawford is at the tail end of his career. Canelo's 35. Shakur Stevenson is 27. His career is just starting. As a matter of fact, he hasn't, the biggest marquee fight of his career is a fight against Oscar Valdez. This fight with Williams Zepeda coming up is the second best fighter on Shakur's resume. And Williams Zepeda has never even won a world title. He's never fought for a world title. Never fought for a world title, never won a world title. So Williams Zepeda is the second biggest name on his career, on his resume. So therefore, for Shakur Stevenson to now suddenly just be like, hey, I'm going to go to 154, now Conor Benn is calling your bluff. Because you go up to 154, let's say you win the fight. You coming back down for a Tank Davis fight at 135? Right? You're young, but you ain't that young. Your body is going to dispute that. You best believe that. Your body is going to dispute that heavy. Heavy, right? So he might have barked up a tree that he really didn't plan to, because now Conor Benn called your bluff. And now, if you don't get the Tank Davis fight, Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, Ryan Garcia, Rolly Romero, they fighting at 147. You said that 147 was too big. You had to fight them at a catchweight. So if you fight Williams Zepeda, you're not going to fight Keyshawn in your division. You're not going to fight Vasyl Lomachenko because he got a career back injury, ending injury, which seems to be. So now it's going to look like, okay, well, fight Conor Benn. He's accepting the offer now. And y'all both with Matchroom CEO and promoter Eddie Hearn. Y'all both fight on the zone. Y'all both have a relationship with Turki Al-Sheikh. And Chris Eubanks Jr., ironically enough, I don't think he can make the weight at 160 no more. So the rematch between Conor Benn and Chris Eubanks Jr. looks blurry, looks bleak, looks like it ain't going to happen. Conor Benn could barely fight at 160. He ain't going above that. So that means he's going to be available. What you going to do? Sometimes, right, fighters got to realize not to always you got to think before you do things, right? Before you say things and do things, because the fact remains is that people going to hold you accountable. And fighters don't like to be held accountable, right? They like to say, "Oh, it's okay to contradict yourself," like Floyd Mayweather always says. Right? I'm human. I could contradict myself. So let's see how this fight, this unfolds and plays out, man. But I think that it's a mistake for Shakur to move up to 154. Because it's not that he can't win the fight against Conor Benn. That's not the case at all. It's not that he can't beat Conor Benn. It's that after Conor Benn, right? So Conor Benn is at his weight class, right? So after that, what you gonna do? Now, Shakur Stevenson responds, right? And he says, "I'm down." Right? That's what he says. He says that I'm gonna pick Conor Benn apart. I'm too sharp, too fast, too smart. Hitting me with a big shot gonna be the last thing you do. So he's saying that Conor Benn is not gonna be able to hit him with the big shot, right? So he's saying that he accepts after this Williams Zepeda fight. We're going to have to actually see him do it. Accept the fight, right? So he says he's down, right? So, hey, this is going to be interesting, to say the least. Let's see how this unfolds and plays out, man. It's interesting. It's interesting, to say the least. To go to 54, Conor Benn is not going to do... Now, maybe he will. Maybe he'll do rehydration. catch weights. Maybe he'll, you know, he'll accept that because he understands Shakur's coming up. But is people gonna call this a circus? Because Bud is moving up 14 pounds. Shakur will be moving up 21 pounds. That's a whole nother weight, 7 pounds. So from 147 to 154 is a whole weight class. That's 7 pounds. So he's gonna move up. That's 7 pounds more than Terrence Crawford will be doing, which is a whole nother weight class. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out, man. 3 weight classes. But that's all I got for y'all. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all in one word. It's your boy Blue signing off. I'm gone. Peace.